Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be filming a Carnival Horizon review video. So I split this video up into 4 categories. So first is food, and then I'm going to be talking about the room, and then I'm going to be talking about the decoration on the ship, and then I'm going to be talking about embarkation and debarkation. And make sure that if you guys like this video to like it, subscribe, and comment down below what you guys want to see in future videos. But first, we're gonna start with the food. So the food was okay. There's nothing great comparing it to cruise lines like Princess and Celebrity. It definitely could do better. And a lot of dishes had way too much salt, and the taste definitely decreased from our last Carnival cruise. I don't know if they're taking a healthier route and putting less salt, but it definitely was not great. And nothing really stood out. Everything was just pretty average. And in another thing to note, that if you're going on a Carnival cruise, if it's 6 nights or more, then they'll give you free lobster tail. If it's less than 6 nights, then you have to pay to get the lobster tail. And if you're going on a 6 night or more cruise, the lobster tail will come on the second formal night. At least for us, that was how it was. And the buffet, okay, let's just talk about this buffet. It was like, there was 2 places I could get food, and each place had like 4 dishes. That was it. And the 4 dishes were the same from the 2 sections. And then like in between, in the middle was seating, and then around it was also seating. And there was no variety. And the guy's burger line was so long, and also for Blue Iguana and pizza. So like if you want to try those, you have to go on port days, not on sea days, because the lines were crazy long. And like I remember standing in line for Guy's Burger, and by the time I got my food, I wasn't even hungry because the line was so long. So overall, food was just pretty average, and it wasn't great. Carnival could have more variety. The only pretty good food was in the main dining room, but even that wasn't like super good. It was just average. So that's the food. So now we're gonna talk about the room. Okay, this was a whole situation. So we stayed in an Ocean View room for 7 days. Okay, this was a 7-night cruise. And when we checked into our room, there was trash. Okay, literal trash. I'm gonna insert a video here of the trash in our room. So we found this dirt in our room when we were inspecting our room. I see all those wrappers, and then underneath the bed right here, there's like a gummy and then like a glow bracelet thingy. I don't even know. Okay, and then over here we have like this toy thing. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see that? There's definitely kids in this room before, so that's why there's all of this trash. You see how good the Carnival Horizon cleaners be cleaning? Not that good. This is the bathroom, you guys. There's like this weird white stain right there. Also like over here and here. I don't know what. Okay, so you guys just saw all the trash that was in our room. We literally had to call room service, like our first day there. And they had to send our room server, and it took like 30 minutes for the room server to come, and he had to like clean up the trash. But like after that first day situation, the room server was pretty good. He definitely could have took more time cleaning the room before we checked in, but like after that first day, he definitely did a good job cleaning our room. And there's one unique thing that if you go back and watch my room tour video, you will see that our cruise room had 2 bathrooms, which is very nice. And we definitely got spoiled from that because it's so nice 2 of us could shower at once. It's really nice. The 4 of us were staying in a room. And if you want a room tour, there's a video on that, so you guys can go back and watch it. But I just wanted to mention the part that we found trash in our stateroom. Like there's candy wrappers, toys and stuff, and you guys saw. But I just wanted to mention that because I forgot to mention in the room tour video. So that, but the room steward overall, he was pretty good. So that was that. Now we're gonna talk about the cruise ship decor. Okay, so I think when we went, Carnival Freedom just went through like a makeover revamp. But the decor was better than one of our previous Carnival cruises that we took. I didn't film anything on that cruise, but it's Carnival Freedom. Carnival Freedom had literal red disco balls. I'll insert videos here. Literal red disco balls. But you guys just saw the red disco balls from Carnival Freedom. Carnival Horizon definitely had better decor than that because it just went through like a revamp up, but it could definitely use some updating in the buffet. The buffet literally was very out of style, so it could definitely use some updating there. And I wish, like I just explained the setup in the buffet, that there was like food on the sides and seating in the middle. I wish it was, and it wasn't like open, it was like wall, like literally on the side, and you had to walk around to get to the next one. You couldn't walk through the seating. Like it was just like, it wasn't very open, okay? The food should have been in the middle and the seating should be around it. Like the setup in the buffet was just not good. Also, I'm reading this off my laptop, that's why I keep looking, because I have all of it written down. And other than the buffet, I feel like the layout was pretty good. You could find anything you wanted, but like the buffet was just not good. And the jogging track was always wet and sticky, so you couldn't run because you would slip. So that was just a note. And also, okay, this is just, you know, if you're going on Carnival Horizon, maybe you should note this, or any carnival ship. They have a security person at the gym, okay? So when you go to the gym, if you're between 12 and 16, you have to have someone over 18 with you, like, while you're at the gym, because, like, they don't want you, like, I guess, injuring yourself with the equipment, which is valid. So whenever we went on this cruise, I was 15, I wasn't 16 yet. Now I'm 16, but when we went on this cruise, I wasn't. So, like, the first day that I went to the gym, the guy comes up, he's like, how old are you? I'm like, 16, because I, like, accidentally forgot, and I was like 15, because, like, we went really close to my birthday, so I kind of forgot that I was 15, not 16. And he was like, okay, well, you need to have something older than you. And my sister's over 18, but she was just in the bathroom when he came up to me. So I was like, oh, my sister's here, she's in the bathroom. And then the guy was like, okay, when she comes back, you have to, like, let me know, because you can't be in here without someone over 18 with you. So when my sister came back, like, he, like, saw her and was like, okay, you're good. But that's just something to note. And I witnessed it, like, many other times when I was in the gym. There was, like, a mom, and then she had, like, little kids, like, they were under 12. So you can be in the gym from 12 to 16 when you have someone over 18, and then if you're over 16, you're fine. But if you're under 12, you can't even be in the gym. So she had, like, kids, and they were, like, really young. They were, like, under 12. And the guy was like, oh, how old are you? Where's your parents? And they, like, went and said that, oh, their mom's over there. And then she literally had to, like, leave the gym because her kids were too young to be there. So that's just something, you know, I've never seen on another cruise. So if you have, comment down below. I've never seen that on another cruise. So now we're going to talk about embarkation and debarkation. And this is the last category. I didn't include entertainment in here because we didn't really go to any of the shows, to be honest. But on this cruise, so I don't know about the entertainment, and I didn't want to give a biased opinion because I didn't go to anything on this cruise. So that's why that's not a category here. But now we're going to go to embarkation and debarkation. So embarkation was easy-ish. But, like, when we first got there was a line outside of the actual terminal. But once you got through that line, it was actually really fast. It only took us like 20 minutes to get through that line. And there's a lot of people standing outside in the line, but, like, I think that was just, like, not good crowd control by Carnival, the line outside. But once you got through that, it was really smooth. And also taking up, this is, like, I feel like if you're a veteran cruiser, you know this, but if you're not a veteran cruiser and this is a first time cruiser and you're watching this, please note, the buffet, so crowded on vacation day. You do not want to go to the buffet. Go to the main dining, okay? Or go to like Geisberg or Blue Iguana, somewhere else, because we literally had to walk around the buffet at least 2 times before we found a seat. And it wasn't even like a normal table, it was like a high chair table. So just note that down. Next, we're gonna talk about debarkation. Debarkation was genuinely insane, guys. Insane. Like our last Carnival cruise, Carnival Freedom, was also insane, but this one was honestly more insane, I would say. It was so unorganized. Carnival just needs better crowd control with debarkation. There was literally just people sitting every which way. People were getting on the elevator. Everyone's just going on the stairs. It was generally the worst debarkation I've ever experienced. We went on 10 cruises. This was our 9th cruise Carnival, but we just went on another cruise. You guys will see the content from that cruise soon, probably after this video. But Carnival was generally the worst debarkation ever. Like there was people sitting every which way, and it was just not very good, okay? But I will say that also the suitcases were not organized, okay? So we've been on other cruises where it's like celebrity, organized by your number, organized by your color, and all this other stuff, and it was so organized. No, you had like, okay, so it's like an airport where like your suitcases come out on a carousel. Every other cruise that I've been on, it's like organized by like your tag number or your color, but Carnival was like, they put all the suitcases on a carousel, and then they just let the carousel run. We were waiting there for at least 30 minutes for our suitcase. At least 30 minutes for our suitcase. So I just wish Carnival would put the effort and actually have people take the suitcases off the carousel and organize it, because it made it so much more easier. And we wouldn't have to wait there for so long. Okay? So that was definitely not good. Now let's talk about the Uber and Lyft situation, okay? So normally, this cruise was out of Miami, okay? Normally when we go to like when we cruise out of Fort Lauderdale or Cape Canaveral, we have like a specific place that we park, and they have a shuttle that takes us to Cruiseport. And then when we get off of our cruise, we get on that shuttle and they take us back to the parking thing, and then we get in our car, okay? However, in Miami, we don't have a set place like that yet, so we just park at a hotel, and then we just get Uber to the Cruiseport, and then we come back, we take an Uber back. So this time, Lyft was just cheaper, and we just wanted to try it because my sister used Lyft, and so she was just like, okay, let's try Lyft. And so we tried Lyft, and we waited at least, I would say almost close to an hour for our first Lyft. And my dad like went and tried to find the Lyft over there, and then he told us the license plate, and so we were looking. I remember seeing, like, there was like 2 lanes, okay, and then the lane closest was closer to the sidewalk, and they were like loading people. This guy, our first Lyft, okay, he got in the second lane and drove fast. I remember just running after him, and I was like trying to get his attention. No, he drove off. He literally drove off, and we were waiting like close to an hour for that Uber or that Lyft. It was literally so mad, and it was hot outside, okay? And so then we had to get a second Lyft, and then we had to wait like another extra 30 minutes for that Lyft. But he finally did not drive off without us. That made me so mad. So I would recommend that if you're going to cruise out of the Miami cruise port, to take a shuttle, or yeah, just take a shuttle, because the Lyft Uber situation is not very good. But outside, they definitely could have done. I feel like overall Carnival definitely could have done better with their cruise crowd control, but you know, it wasn't. I feel like outside they can't really control, like they couldn't control the Uber and Lyft situation, but I just wanted to tell you guys that so you don't have to wait an hour in the Miami heat for your Uber or Lyft. So just take note of that. And that is the end of the 4 categories. Comment down below if you want any other content from this, because this is the last video I will be making on our Carnival Horizon cruise. And the next few videos will come out will be about the other cruise that we just recently took. I'm not gonna tell you guys about that. You guys will have to stay tuned. Make sure you comment down below what you guys want to see in future videos. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.